Good evening, dear viewers, and welcome to the News Bulletin. I am Nondomiso Vilagate alongside Nomagcabiso Nkambule, and here are your top stories. His Majesty King Eswatini III says government's priority is to grow and strengthen the economy, ensure service delivery, and also ease the cost of living for Eswatini. The Minister of Health, Liz Nkosi, says government is committed to ensuring the provision of polio vaccines in all regions. The Minister of Education, Lady Howard, has encouraged male learners to take care of the needs of their sisters in any way possible in schools during their monthly periods. The news. His Majesty King Eswatini III says government's priority is to grow and strengthen the economy, ensure service delivery, and help ease the cost of living for Eswatini during the hard economic times being experienced around the world. His Majesty spoke during a business seminar that explored investment opportunities for Taiwan investors to invest in the Kingdom of Eswatini.
Business seminar provided a platform for the Taiwanese business investors to be empowered with new knowledge and understanding of Eswatini as a preferred trade and investment destination in Africa. Deliberations provided renewed impetus to strengthen economic cooperation in identified priority sectors like agriculture, ICT and education, tourism, energy, mining, manufacturing, and agro-processing. Since the Taiwan-Eswatini Economic Cooperation Agreement took effect in 2018, bilateral trade between Eswatini and Taiwan has grown by 136%, reaching $17.9 million. His Majesty the King used every available opportunity to network with various captains of industry to champion the agenda of a private sector-led economy. His Majesty the King said government's priority is to ease the cost of living for the nation amid the tough economic times gripping the world.
Our government's priority is to grow and strengthen the economy, ensure service delivery, and help ease the cost of living for Eswatini through these hard economic times being experienced around the world. That is why we are here and purposefully creating a platform and an enabling environment for local and foreign investors in the country between and across the Asia-Africa continents.
His Majesty says Taiwanese investments in Eswatini have transformed communities in urban and rural parts of the country.
We have seen Taiwanese businesses having a positive impact as they were setting up in rural areas and urban parts of Eswatini. This promotes development of the rural areas through job creation as it supports more people into work without having to leave their homes to go and live in the cities.
His Majesty says Eswatini seeks to take advantage of its rich resources in order to tap into full-scale processing.
In the Kingdom of Eswatini, we have rich resources of sugar and timber, and we have a competitive advantage when it comes to agriculture. There's no reason why we should not evolve to processing in these sectors and becoming producers of furniture and the foods we consume.
The Vice Minister of Foreign Affairs, Alexandra Tari Yu, lauded the signing of the Taiwan-Eswatini Economic Cooperation Agreement. He expressed full confidence about the future of Taiwan-Eswatini ties.
And looking ahead at Taiwan-Eswatini relations and business cooperation, the government of Taiwan is full of confidence. We too will do our utmost to engage in close cooperation with Eswatini so as to ensure the business cooperation is mutually beneficial to our two countries. In the wake of our ECA becoming effective, with the addition of regulations governing financial assistance to encourage business entrepreneurs to invest in countries having diplomatic relations with ROC Taiwan, and with the help of Eswatini's policies, Taiwan's trade with Eswatini and Africa will grow faster and become more convenient than ever before.
The Chief Executive Officer of Eswatini Investment and Trade Promotion Authority, Sibani Mgomezulu, presented 6 major projects with investment partnership potential worth over 60 billion emalangeni, which are projected to create more than 25,000 jobs. The projects are part of the kingdom's drive to resuscitate the economy post-COVID-19. Taiwan businesses doing business in the kingdom shared their experiences, and His Majesty witnessed the signing of a memorandum of understanding between the government of Eswatini and Geosat Aerospace and Technology. The company has committed itself to setting up a drone manufacturing plant in the kingdom. On the news, I'm Sandile Makanya reporting from Taipei in Taiwan.
And again, His Majesty King Mswati III says the kingdom aims to partner with banking institutions from developed countries like Taiwan in order to strengthen its banking sector. His Majesty was speaking in Taiwan where he held talks with executives from the One Non-Commercial Bank. The king was accompanied by Nkosikazi Magalamashwama.
His Majesty the King continued to engage different sectors of the economy of Taiwan. His Majesty and Nkosikazi Magalamashwama met executives from the Huanan Commercial Bank. The bank has a long-standing interest to forge a partnership with the Kingdom of Eswatini. His Majesty the King made use of the event to urge the bank to consider partnering with the banking sector in the kingdom.
We are in the process of establishing strong financial sectors in the Kingdom of Eswatini, and we are of course looking forward to that we could share some of this information, because sometimes setting up banks, it's one industry which is a little bit complicated, because in order to be more successful, you have to compete with the rest of the world and so on. And as here in Taiwan, we know that most of the banks have been there in the industry for quite some time. They've gained some experience. They have the understanding of how to run this operation. So our coming here really is to work a strategy as to how we can partner together and then be able to bring some financial institutions in Eswatini so that we can establish the financial sector, and with the financial sector be able to trade in the stock all over the world, because the ultimate goal is to go all over the world.
The Vice Chairman of the bank, Tommy Lin, assured His Majesty the King that plans are being made to boost the banking sector of the Kingdom of Eswatini.
I mentioned last time when you were here, Your Majesty, that we were going to start a program to encourage the young students of Kingdom of Eswatini in Taiwan, when they come to Taiwan, to work at different Taiwanese companies in different fields as interns. After they graduate from school, we hope that they will continue to work in Taiwan for 2-3 years, and eventually be going back to the kingdom or to Africa, the kingdom, continuity, representing Taiwan. So hopefully we will see these Taiwanese trained Eswatini people in Africa being our representatives from Taiwan. That is my plan, and to make the kingdom as a gateway for Africa for Taiwanese people.
Meanwhile, His Majesty traveled to Taoyuan, a few kilometers from Taipei, where he toured the Taoyuan Oil Refinery, a facility that is operated by Global Strategic Cooperation. His Majesty and Nkosikazi were received by the chairman of the corporation, Shu Ching Ling. The facility was established in 1976, and it has 103 oil tankers and a gasoline tank that has a volume of 10 kilometers. Taiwan imports most of its energy, and the United Arab Emirates and Kuwait are among its main suppliers. The facility produces 100,000 barrels of gasoline per day, depending on the demands of the market. The tour that was undertaken by His Majesty and Nkosikazi will deepen Eswatini's knowledge on operations of the oil refinery industry, as the kingdom makes an effort to construct a similar facility at Puzumoya. On the news, I am Sandile Makanya reporting in Taipei, Taiwan.
The Minister of Health, Liz Inkosi, says government is committed to ensuring the provision of polio vaccines in all regions in both government and private clinics to achieve a polio-free generation. The minister was speaking at Eswatini Hotel Eswatini during the Polio Day commemoration.
His Majesty's government, together with the supporting partners, has shown great commitment to the global response to a polio-free country by ensuring that immunization is affordable, accessible, and equally distributed across all regions and all health facilities, including both and public facilities.
The Minister of Health, Liz Inkosi, together with the UN representative Amir Mohammed, took part in vaccinating children at Eswatini Hotel during the Global Polio Vaccination Week. The UN representative Amir Mohammed says the World Polio Day provides efforts towards a polio-free world to honor the tireless contributions in eradicating polio.
On this day, organizations around the world, such as the Rotary International, WHO, UNICEF, Ministries of Health, and others, including our donors, and there are many out there, seek to spread awareness on the importance of accelerating immunization activities, as well as taking up the efforts to raise funds to not leave anyone behind.
Also, Dlamini from the Ministry of Health gave an outlook of the status of polio in Eswatini.
The key one is to increase and sustain immunization coverage to at least 90 and above, using OPV3, DPT3, and MR1 indicators.
Children may feel discomfort after vaccination. The minister encourages parents to take them to the nearest clinic as soon as possible. Polio can be prevented through immunization with polio vaccine. Reporting I am Kian Msibi with Smuva Shongwe at Eswatini Hotel Eswatini.
The Minister of Education, Lady Howard, has encouraged male learners to take care of the needs of their sisters in any way possible in schools during their monthly periods because they need sanitary pads and other needs that some cannot afford. The minister was at Eric Rosenberg High School in Geke in the Eswatini region, where she distributed sanitary pads to the school.
The Minister of Education, Lady Howard, started her exercise by meeting the teachers of Eric Rosenberg High School and applauded them for their resilience and playing a role in ensuring that they mold learners despite challenges. She then proceeded to the school's assembly square, where she had a health talk with all learners and encouraged them to prioritize education and look out after another.
The country is also committed to achieving Sustainable Development Goals 3, 4, and 5, which are related to health and well-being, quality education, and gender, respectively.
The school's head teacher, Nelisile Mavuso, says 80% of the learners are overseas, making the need for school shoes and socks donation.
Almost 80% bangema overseas. Bengacela ukuthi na usahamba etinini tenkosi mane ungicelele nje lokho lokuncane noma ngaba ngemasokisi noma ngaba ticathulo.
Sanjile Mdluli spoke on behalf of the learners and thanked the minister for the wonderful gift to their sisters.
Bekwami bekukucela nje ukuthi babangazama ukuthi sibe united nje noma bothishela sebasifundisa nje ukuthi singabumbana kanjani nabo labo sisi ngoba ngathi ikhona le gap lekhona ngiungathi kutawuba ngathi bakhwesheleke eceleni.
This is the school where the minister did her first teaching practice. Reporting I am Kian Msibi with Smuva Shongwe, Kukeke.
Dear viewers, now take a look at our financial updates.
It can be.
Welcome back. You're still watching Eswatini TV, and for sports news tonight, Eswatini Darts Association say the recent Malkans Open tournament was the right platform for young and upcoming stars in the sport to showcase their talent to the region. The association's public relations officer, Fleck Ngumalo, says the outcome of the tournament proved that the country's darts federation is heading in the right direction. Male said this during the Malkans Open tournament in Matapa.
The Eswatini Data Association hosted the 2022 Malkans Open tournament this past weekend, where neighboring countries like South Africa and Botswana took part of the tournament. The association's public relations officer, Flag Ngumaro, says the tournament was the right platform to give upcoming stars a chance to showcase their talent to the rest of the region.
Badlali badlalile bafike enombolweni engangamashumi lasiphohlongo 80 players yakhombisa intshisekelo la kwesigodi sethu sasadala. Kutsade kakhulu kubo bonke abadlali Eswatini ukuthi lamanye emalanga babuvama kwajoyina ama-tournament kanjena ngoba enda ukuthi le game iqhubeke ikhuphuke iye etulo. I-tournament yethu umsakade beyinemkhakha lemine kufaka ekhathi ama-open singles, open doubles, kube nabomake bese kuba ne-youth njengoba isho i-United Emidlalo babemathekeni ngokuthi umdlalo asiwu-instile kulabo labancane labasaneleli kusasa ukuze kukhona ukuthi live liqhubekele phambili nama-sports ligcame emhlabeni jikelele. So i-youth yethu inayishisekelo ukuthi likusasa likhona kakhulu.
Umalo concluded reminding teams and individual players to gear up themselves for the new season that begins this coming November under the sponsorship of Eswatini Royal Insurance Corporation. For Eswatini TV Sports, Fabrice Msonera, Babane.
Angling national team represented well in this year's Black Bass Fishing World Championships that were taking place in United States of America and South Colombia. The tournament began on the 16th of October and finished this past weekend. Out of over 50 countries that were taking part of the tournament, Eswatini finished 13th, while United States of America, who hosted the tournament, finished number 1. South Africa is ranked number 2 and number 1 in Africa. Eswatini is ranked number 3 in Africa behind South Africa and Mozambique. The championships were held for the 16th time in history of fishing competition. That is all we had for tonight, but before we wrap up, we'll take a quick recap of today's headlines. His Majesty King Eswatini III says government's priority is to grow and strengthen the economy, ensure service delivery and also ease the cost of living for Eswatini. The Minister of Health, Liz Nkosi, says government is committed to ensuring the provision of polio vaccines in all regions. The Minister of Education, Lady Howard, has encouraged male learners to take care of the needs of their sisters in any way possible in schools during their monthly periods. That brings us to the end of our news bulletin tonight. Up next is the weather forecast for selected towns. Good night, Eswatini.